Hey, what up, live? All right, we're gonna do a little educational live type of thing now. A lot of people they like the fact that I know a lot of stuff about Washington D.C. So I'm gonna start off with some little small facts that I think everybody from Washington D.C. should know. If you're not from Washington D.C., you're gonna you need to learn some of these things. So navigating through Washington D.C. was the easiest thing ever. It don't seem like it was easy, but it was designed easy. Pierre Charles L'Enfant, or Charles Pierre L'Enfant, whoever you call this man's name, he was a Frenchman who was hired by George Washington to design the city. Now, he was smart, because he was smart enough to hire a black man, Benjamin Banneker. Then Benjamin Banneker hired Andrew Ellicott. Thus makes how the city got named around here. So it was made to be alphabetized and numericalized. So your number streets and stuff will run north and south. Okay, and your alphabet's going to run east and west. Then DC ain't but 68 square miles. It used to be 100 complete square miles. Now, why trim down to 68 square miles? Well, Virginia took its land back. No, it didn't do what we call a Benedict Arnold. They took the land back just simply because there was no representation in Congress. Thus, why we have our taxation without representation on our tags. So, moving right along, the highest number street in DC is 63rd Street. That's in far northeast, more closer to, what's that, Capitol Heights Metro Station. Not too far from Addison Road. Some of you guys know over there, I think that's Marvin Gaye Recreation Center, something like that. But anyway, and the alphabets that you have is 22. They excluded J, and they excluded X, Y, and Z. I have no explanation as to why X, Y, and Z was done away with, but J was done because it was too close to the letter I, and it would look like the letter I. So J was excluded. So you can navigate through your 100 blocks. You got 22 alphabets. When you get to W Street, it's going to be the 2200 block or whatever number street that is over there. But after you run out of those alphabets, all the city does is start right back over alphabetized again. But they use street words, and then usually with 2-syllable words. Like, let's go over to Northeast where you got A, Adams Street, B, Bryant, C, Channing, D, Douglas, and so all the way up to W, which is Webster. After you run out of those, you start over again with 3-syllable words. So we go uptown off of Georgia Avenue. A, Allison. B, Buchanan. C, Crittenden. D, Decatur or Delafield. And you just keep right on going. So once you run out of those, what do? 4 syllables, right? No, they didn't want to do that. So they started naming them flowers, plants, and trees and stuff like that. You got stuff like aspen, butternut, geranium, stuff like that. And then eventually you'll run out of the alphabets. Then the city is also have a lot of circles and squares, and all of your avenues run at 45-degree angles. Majority of them are named after the state. The closest state to the capital is how you came into the Union. So if you was the first state, such as Delaware would be the closest to the capital. The second state was Pennsylvania. So does all this make sense now? It's all coming around, making sense. So that's the little bit of history I'm going to tell you today. Tomorrow, I'm going to continue to give you a little bit more about the history. We'll go down as to some black history in there, the Shaw neighborhood, how Anacostia got his name, why we left Georgetown, because Georgetown was predominantly black. If you don't believe me, just go up there on Sunday service and watch how many black folks go to church up there on Georgetown. But this is Washington, D.C. This is my city. I love it. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. We're going to talk more about some more education on Washington, D.C.